You don't square up against him all that often, but I'm just curious what you think of Amon-Ra.
Yeah, man.
What he brings to the table. Obviously, in the 7-on-7s, the red zone there, it's a big part of kind of what they do. Just your initial thoughts of him and how good of a player he is.
Yeah, he's really good. Just interesting player, man. Like I said, does the same work without the ball as he does with the ball. And I think that makes him necessarily complete. A guy who does the dirty work, not scared to block for his brothers, open up things. Obviously, in the run game, in the pass game for other guys. And then he's very opportunistic too, making his plays. He's coming down with the ball, he's finishing. And, that's just those things that, help well around his game, and as well as, put our offense together and make it more complete. So
you've been around a lot of receivers that have a lot of talent. How much does that extra work make the difference? And can you tell that with Amon-Ra that does push him over?
Yeah, man, it's all about competing. You know what I mean? You shoot, you get shot, you know what I mean? You play. You make plays, you don't make plays. It's all about making more plays and obviously giving up more plays in that sort of sense. At the end of the day, we're just out here working, just trying to compete and get better with each other. And at the same time, learn from each other too. We're coming to each other down in, down out. What did you see? What did you get right here? What were you thinking? And that's just, like I said, just the mode of the game. Just being able to see the game from different perspectives, getting around different sides of the ball, not just being, conducive to just the offense or the defense. And then obviously just being able to put together when we step out on the field.
Sigh of relief hearing about CJ seemingly in good shape now going forward, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Anytime you have any of your brothers go down, you obviously got to take a moment to just put healing hands and prayers over them. That's something that you never want to see. And, obviously he's in great spirits. His energy is still high, even coming off of that. And we'll just be excited to get him back when he can, when he's healthy.
New pieces to the secondary, obviously. How do you like how that's all kind of starting to come together? I know it's really early, third day.
Yeah, day 3. Like I said, we're just out here just getting better, man. That's just the beauty of it. Everyone's just high energy. Everybody just coming out here with a positive attitude, regardless of how the day is going, and then being able to reflect and come back each and every day and just get better. Finding a new problem than the day before, and being able to grow in phases that you might have lacked in the day before. And just being able to, like, again, to complete this mode. It's going to take everybody. You never know when your opportunities are going to be. You never know, when your time is going to be or when you have to take the field. And you just have to be ready. So just this work right here is very important for us. It's very important for us at the time. Just even with it being so early, we're going to lead into finishing out, the rest of the weeks, getting into some joint practices and those things. Not to look too far ahead. We're just having that one day at a time mentality to just come out here and get better.
I was just saying, just that point about never knowing when your opportunities. You had 2 undrafted rookies taking second-tier reps at cornerback today. Just what are your impressions on both those guys, and maybe how advanced they seem compared to you've been in the league a long time. It's not an easy transition.
Well, yeah, we're just throwing different things at different guys. Just putting guys in different situations, regardless if you're the first team or the third team or whatever group you're running with. It's just being opportunistic. Again, just the more reps, the more times you see it, the more times you're able to comprehend and work through the game. This is a field game. It's kind of hard all the time to obviously see it on the outside in perspective or just seeing it in a study type of perspective of just watching film. You have to be out there in the physical. You have to get the physical reps to be able to pass that communication along. Make sure all 11 parts are saying the right things together.
I can't see you guys get on the defensive side of the ball and get the pads. How hard is it 4 days for you guys? It seems like it would be hard.
For sure, that's just the tenacity, the mentality of us, just getting after the ball. Some things obviously you got to protect the guys, who have the ball, as they're trying to finish their run, finish their conditioning, all those different things are part of the game. We're working our punch, we're working our strip, we're working on getting that ball back for our offense. Obviously you got to kind of, not say take a step back on that when you don't have the pads on, but it's definitely exciting to look forward to when you do get the pads on and bring all that to fruition.
How much chemistry does a secondary need to have with each other, especially with a secondary being a lot of new pieces?
Yeah, for sure. We're all tied to a string, and that's just not, with the secondary. Starts with the front, and obviously in our back half, that's a 3-level communication, and that's, getting the front lined up, seeing different things. It's so many different, our offense, not just our offense, but offenses, around the league are going to challenge us, week in, week out with different, formations, different sets, different motions, different things that we might not even see. And, our job is to, respond, get us in the right call, right situation, and then from there just execute. So again, as long as we have, sharp on our communication, as long as we're all seeing it the same way, whether we're wrong, whether we're right, we're able to play down in, down out, and move on.
Would you say it's more competitive out there? I mean, you've got a lot of guys who want to shut it down and want to make this team for all the right reasons. Is this this a more competitive season that you've seen so far, so early? I mean, when guys are, I mean, everybody's going for a job, but you know, I mean, they know that the end could be something very positive.
No, I mean that's the mentality each and every day you come out here. You know, I can't speak for necessary situations that you know, coming from or just kind of just being in this situation. You know, I'm getting around a new group of guys, and you know, every year every team is a new identity of its own. You know, we're trying to still find our identity and bring that mold together. It's just, you just got to put the work in. That's all that matters. It's just guys are just hungry. You know, again, you don't know. It's not about 7th round, 1st round, whatever, undrafted. You know, that stuff don't matter. You know, it's about what you put out here on this field.
Position coaches make the most important aspect, especially when you talk about your guy played this game at a high level. Tell me your thoughts.
It's amazing. You know, even just, you know, Dre Bly, Coach Bly, you know, Coach AG, you know, all those guys, and they had long careers. You know, obviously did at a high level. And, you know, you need that knowledge. You know, you need that perspective of the game, you know. And, you know, they've seen it. You know, they've done it. They've done it for a long time. They know what it takes. And that's not just of playing on the field. That's the longevity, taking care of your body, you know, taking care of your things on and off the field, and just giving yourself a chance. You know, a lot of guys sometimes don't give themselves a chance to see another day or have that longevity and extend their careers. And, you know, just having that mold, just having that positive mold in and out of the rooms, even out here on the field, is great for us.
A couple more guys.
You had that play today where you knifed in the backfield, probably would have made a tackle for loss. What sort of pride do you carry in run defense being part of your job?
Yeah, I mean, that's all a part of the game. You know, physicality, you know, turning the run game back, you know what I mean, putting the offense or just putting offenses in general in adverse situations where they're playing from behind instead of staying on schedule. You know, anytime you can disrupt the timing, disrupt the schedule, you know, have them playing behind the sticks, you know, that's obviously more favorable for us. You know, we want to put ourselves, obviously we're predicated off of stopping the run. You know, it means we shut down the run. You know, obviously you make it one-dimensional, you know, for teams. And you know, I believe in our rush, obviously, to get home. And obviously, in our job is just to hold our end on the back and you know, make plays on the ball. So that's how it collectively goes together. You know, it's not just one guy doing the job. It's all 11 of us. You know, again, being tied to a string and working together.
Is there a younger player that you find yourself mentoring a little bit for?
I get around all the guys. It's not even just a defense. I mean, if you want to be specific to, you know, obviously our young guys, obviously we got Star, you know, we got Young Gilly, we got Brian Branch, we got so many young guys who, like, again, just coming in different situations. Me just being over perspectives of being, you know, playing safety or playing in the box, playing nickel, playing outside, you know, just giving different tips that I've learned over the time and just seeing throughout the game, helping them slow down the process for themselves. And then obviously I just love just being around other parts of the ball, you know, from offense, even line, you know what I mean? Just being around the young guys as well, just being able to keep their spirits high, you know what I mean? Just knowing that obviously they don't have to attack the day by themselves, you know, we're all out here, you know, togetherness at the end of the day. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Just make sure they still continue working on their craft, make sure they're still continuing to work on their body. And then just infusing myself, and that's just the full care factor of just being with these guys.
Being around Jerry.
Last one.
Yep, being around Jerry through the spring now and first couple days of camp, what's your impressions of what Jerry Jacobs can bring to this?
Yeah, man, just very physical, you know, very hard-working guy. You know, he's very, very headstrong as far as of wanting to learn more. You know, wanting more for himself. Very crafty. You know, he's coming to me, coming to other guys, and just on learning and wanting, like, again, just wanting more for himself. And then they just put in the physical work. You know, again, you know, you're gonna make plays. You're gonna, you know, that's the game. You know, it's about just how you respond. It's a 60-minute game for it's not a 60-minute game for no reason. So I love his energy. I love what he's gonna bring for us. I'm excited to obviously keep infusing ourselves and just moving through camp, and then obviously let that lead into the season. And you'll have a great season.
Real quick follow-up, how's the communication developing early on with Jerry?
It's good. It's good. You know, again, we're just talking the game. You know, just seeing the game from different perspectives. You know, what he knows, what I know. You know, it's not of just I know more than him or he knows more than me. That's the beauty of being able to bounce ideas off each other, to learn from the craft, and then just being able to be tied to a string. And you know, the communication is a non-stopping factor. You know, you're going to be talking down in, down out. What did you see? What did you get? You know, what were you thinking here? And you know, that just helps the overall mode of slowing the game down. You're already playing 1,000 miles an hour. Everybody's gonna play fast, but you don't have to think fast. You know, your mind's not supposed to be racing too. You know what I mean? So being able to slow the game down, being situated throughout the calls, being ahead of what to expect, or you know what I mean, different motions and different things you see on the field, it set us up in good position.
I ain't that tall.
So you're talking to people who are certain size. Yeah, let me ask you this: what's it like? running behind the offensive line? Does it feel like you're behind those guys?
Yeah, it's a level of like comfortability you feel, and it's always like you feel like you got to make sure that you're doing your job because you'll be doing a disservice to them because you know how they play and they perform. So it's definitely, great to see those kind of guys up front moving the way they do, and just me getting behind it, trying to get used to it.
You feel like you have an advantage with them?
Yeah, definitely.
In what way?
A lot of ways.
When you signed, when you signed, you said that you had the Lions all of a sudden circled on the calendar for the first time in a while. Now that you're here, what do you see on the inside that made you on the outside circle that team on this game?
Really, right now, there's no way that I'm just circling the Lions no more. I'm just coming here, seeing how they work, seeing how they practice, and just seeing how high-powered on both sides of the ball are, what they can be. It'll be no more circling the Lions from anyone.
What entices you the most, David, about this offense so far?
Just how high-powered it is. Just being able to, attack and score all kind of ways.
As a running back who also can catch the ball, how much do you kind of get fired up for that aspect of it and just the ability to be multiple? I guess that's a term we hear a lot with this offense.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely look at the best ability as being available. So any way that looks for me, that's what I'm trying to be, whether it's catching the ball, running the ball, blocking. It don't really matter. I just want to be available.
Did you feel kind of beaten down by the losing in Chicago, and this was a fresh opportunity with the team on the rise? Is that how you viewed it?
I just kind of looked at it like it's just another opportunity for me to showcase myself in a different place, and being grateful for the opportunity that the organization, being the Lions, have blessed me with. So I'm excited to just be here and get this thing on the road.
Frank Ragnow talked about your ability to slip tackles. How did you develop that?
I don't really know. I think I just worked out a lot, and just the will to not want to go down is probably the main thing. But yeah, I don't think it was anything I ever developed. I think it was just one of those things I always was able to do.
You saw how good this Lions offense was last year, and you're plugging in and replacing good running back as well. Does that get you excited, the potential of this offense?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely, a suitor of being here. And like I said, blessed to be and have this opportunity to be at such a great organization and being behind, one of the best, if not the best offensive line, the best offensive line in the league. And, just being able to be a part of that, I'm excited for it. So, yeah, I really just can't wait.
Watching the running back drills yesterday, Scotty kept using you as the example. It was almost like he was telling everybody, look at how he's doing it. You're not by any means an old running back, but what is it like already just a few years in being that guy and the example for the rest of the running backs in that group?
Yeah, like I said, I just try to, be the best version of myself every day. We all have our dog days, but it's what you do when you have those dog days. How can you still go out, perform, produce, and be the best version of yourself? So, I've seen a lot of great guys. Cordell Patterson. I played with Damian Williams. I played with a bunch of guys that I was able to learn from. Damian having a Super Bowl and kind of paving the way and showing me how it should be. So I try to take that attitude and that mentality with me every day in the work, inside of the building and outside of the building as well. So yeah, I definitely just try to go out and be the example for myself first, and then hopefully everyone follows.
David, I'm just wondering your reaction. One of the big topics around the league is how running backs have been treated. Other running backs have been talking, posting on social media, meeting on Zoom. Just wondering, have you been thinking with Jameer about how running backs have been utilized in the league?
In what facet when you ask about Jameer?
Yeah, no, just have you talked about with Jameer or with other running backs about how teams have been treating running backs as they get older and their kind of maybe diminishing role?
Yeah, definitely it's a topic all around the league. It's unfortunate how we're valued, just knowing what we're capable of and what we can bring to the table for our team. Just being able to, we take a lot of beatings, so I definitely think the top guys should, get compensated for that. And your value is what your value is, so yeah, we talked about it brief, but our main focus isn't that right now. Our main focus is just being the best version, the best room that we can be so that we can, take this thing over.
And one follow-up, were you invited to the Zoom meeting with the other 12, 13 running backs?
I wasn't.
Okay.
You talked about taking a beating. Emmett Smith once said that playing running back is like 25 car crashes on every Sunday. You sort of agree with that? sense.
To every degree. Yeah, it's a lot that goes in, like taking care of the body, getting hit and, blocking and running the ball. I mean, I look at it like this, running back get hit probably 95% of the time then, regardless if they had the ball or not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think just making sure that I take care of my body and being sure that I'm being proactive opposed to reactive, it definitely adds years to my career, but you know what I'm saying, we get hit a lot.
Yeah.
Does that make it especially important to catch the ball out of the backfield? A lot of backs seem more diversified these days, yourself included.
Yeah, like I said, the best ability is availability. So you want to just be available in every way that you can. Try not to limit yourself and what you're capable of doing, and just try to be sure that you can do multitudes of things. Catching the ball, getting out the backfield, and being available is one thing.
Did you get revenge on that resistance band in that workout?
Not yet, but this next offseason coming up, I definitely will get my revenge.
That had to shock you a little bit, didn't it?
It was more so like I never got pulled like that on the football field. Like that was probably the hardest I ever got hit.
Right.
With each passing day, are you even a little more impressed with this offensive line and running behind it?
Oh, definitely. Just how those guys attack the day, all those guys up front, like, they carry themselves in a manner where, like, they're expected the person, whoever's running behind them, to, get 6, 7, 8 yards per time they touch the ball. So it's like, that's a big standard, big expectations you want to reach. But just knowing that you got guys in front of you that, that want to do that and kind of have that mentality, it definitely give you another gear and light up a fire for you to say, like, I got to give it more, because those guys in front are giving everything they get.
With physicality being such a big part of your play, do you have to kind of dial things back before the pads come on in these first few practices?
No, not necessarily. You just practice how you practice, I practice the same way, fast, try to be as physical as I can be and try to make guys miss, just because I know it correlates to the game, and, I never want to treat any other practice different. So, I kind of like treat everything the same way, whether it's, we in booties, whether we in full pads, whether we in jogging pants, I'm the same way.
What are your early impressions of working with Ben Johnson?
Oh yeah, he's a genius, knows a lot, teaching me a lot. I've only been here for a short period of time, but I'm learning so much, about defenses that I hadn't known, and me being in the league for 4 years that I'm learning now. So, yeah, real smart guy. Definitely lucky to be able to be in his offense.
Was the Bears defense from playing against them? Now you're seeing it every day. You get a feel for any growth in that defense that you're seeing and potential based on maybe jump from what you played against to what you're seeing?
Yeah, definitely. Coach AG, he's big on coaching physicality. Not to say that they weren't ever physical, but you can definitely feel it. Even when us not having shoulder pads on, you can feel how physical they are and how physical they are going to be. So, and they all fly around. They got a lot of speed on that side of the ball. So, just kind of getting new faces and getting a new couple guys on defense, seeing those guys run around is definitely something different and new, and I'm sure not used to that. So,
is there something there with the Lions-Bears rivalry that's legit between the two teams? You jumping from one side to the other, or is it's not like college? What is it like?
I think it's a rival anybody you play. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of look at it. It may not be historic rivalry or. But I kind of look at everybody I play that's on the other side of me as like a rival game. So, it'll be a little sweeter when I play the Bears too, just because, I got a bunch of guys over there I love, and, we weren't really able to go against each other live, but now it's like it's real deal. So I'm excited to kind of get against those guys.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
What's that? A little bit, maybe a little too much. It was good. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah, a bunch. What
was your favorite trip?
I didn't really go on any trips. We're about to have a baby here soon, so I kind of had one. My wife let me do one more, like Frank in isolation mode for a week. So that was it. Yeah.
We talked yesterday with Taylor about just the expectations for this offensive line seemingly every year, but just the fact that you guys are all together working healthy day in and day out. How important is that this time of year, especially for an end like that that's the foundation of the offense?
Yeah, I feel like we've said that the past 3 years. You just got to hope we get through training camp as healthy as possible, because it always seems like it catches up to us. But man, if we can keep it going, I think it can be pretty good. We got to take it one day at a time, and Hank does a great job making sure that we're always working and we're always finding a way to get better. And I think we all realize how quickly in this league things can change, and I think it's been a huge addition with this new training staff. Both the old and the new have been just great in helping do a lot of prehab and rehab, making sure that we're ready to roll.
You've got a couple of new running backs this year. How many in particular? You guys, what does he bring? David Montgomery?
Speed. I've seen him run some nasty routes. I mean, it's all been without pads, so I don't know for sure, but he's definitely looks to be really instinctual and really twitched up, so it's going to be exciting.
Frank, sorry if you've been asked this, but offensively today in practice, I don't know if Jared threw an incomplete pass until right there at the end. When you guys are humming like that, do you get assists? Do you feel it? And how exciting is that? Do you feel like you guys have kind of hit the ground running offensively?
Well, for sure. That's our general, man. And when he's rolling, everybody feels it. I think both OD, special teams, that's his job. And it's been cool to see just every year how him and Ben's relationship has grown, how Bruce worked with him, and I think he's in a really confident space, so we just got to keep it rolling and make sure we keep protecting him.
What is the regular maintenance that's required on your toe right now?
Oh, man, you don't want me to get into it. It's quite a bit, but that's also just part of being in the league. I just got to do a lot of stuff early, after, all day, just making sure everything's tuned up and ready to roll.
Hank said, you kind of are accepting that you might not ever be 100% again. Do you know how close you'll be to 100%?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I know I let this slip this offseason where I said inoperable and just kind of maybe got a little bit blown out of the water. I'm feeling really good. Right now I'm in a good space, mentally especially. Like, I'm confident and I'm feeling really good out there.
Frank, one more question about Jared. We had a chance to talk to guys and they were just saying he's welcome when in. I guess, like, if you can compare and contrast year 1, 2, now 3, what's been the biggest difference outside of, just seeing his confidence grow?
I think one thing I can say about Jared year 1, year 2, 3 is he's always been the same guy. And that's one thing I really do respect about him. That first year was tough. We went through it as a whole team, and he took a lot of the blunt of it. And he's been the same guy ever since. And if there's anything noticeable on the field, it's the confidence. I think he's really understanding what Ben wants, and him and Ben are seeing eye to eye, and I think it's pretty special.
Do you have to do a double take when you see all 5 of you guys together on the field? Because I don't think in 2 years
For sure, exactly, man. We just knock on wood. We just got to keep it rolling, take it one day at a time, and make sure we can keep it going.
Would you like to have Graham back?
It's exciting, man. You guys know his personality, so that's even funner. Like, he's a funny guy, and he's a very smart football player. Like, he sees the field in a really good way, so it helps me too. Like, just being able to talk to him and see how he sees things, see how he sees blocks, see how he sees blitzes, and he's helping out the young guys a lot.
I know it's only day 3, and there's a lot of camp left, but the fact that he's been taking a lot of the first team reps, how can that competition between he and Hal kind of really solidify, push, impact this offense?
This is going to be a sound you don't want to hear, but we're all competing for a spot, and I think all of us, it's going to make us better. Both those guys is going to make us better, but we all got to go out and prove it every single day.
Have you seen the difference in Aleem? He dropped 22 pounds.
Yeah, he's feeling good too.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're inside. I know he's moved out to the tech a little bit more, but have you noticed that difference with him?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I announced his draft pick, and me and him kind of have a special bond. He works his tail off, man. And I've really noticed, I mean, obviously he lost the weight, but just how he's attacking everything in the weight room, prehab, getting ready, everything. He's a pro, and you can tell he's hungry this year, and he's twitched up right now. I mean, I think I saw yesterday. He said he's just as strong. He's just as strong, and he looks good.
As good as this offense was last year, you guys switched out your backfield. Not you guys, but the general manager did. How different will it be, do you think, with 2 different backs back there and the offense in general?
I'm not sure. You got 2 very special guys. I mean, that whole room is pretty special. But David brings something. I think he's one of the best at making guys miss, breaking tackles. So that's always exciting to see as an offensive lineman. And then obviously I talked about Jameer with the speed and everybody. That whole running back room, man, they've all got something to add to the team for sure.
When young guys step in like that with Jameer and even with what Sam's been doing, I know it's just shorts and helmets, but is it crazy to think you've been in the league for a few years and you see guys step in like that? Yeah,
I remember my first year was. Yeah, it's cool, man. A lot of these guys in there, and what I like about it, I'm biased. I like how they're just head down, go to work. They're not skipping a beat. They're just doing their role and they're doing their job and earning their keep, and it's been cool to see.
Frank, is there a different sense from going from underdogs to now favored?
Oh, I'd say we're still underdogs. I mean, we haven't. I don't know when the last time we haven't done anything. I mean, I know we finished the year hot, and there's things people are saying, but we still got a lot to prove. And one thing I've learned in this year, as I've become an old head, if you will, is like you got to prove it every year, because any given year, it's a whole new year, and anything can happen.
Speaking of those first-year players, I know you haven't been lined up with him all that often. But what do you see about Colby Sorersville?
Great mindset, man. Smart. I think he played tackle mostly in college, so it's going to be different guard. Everything's a little bit quicker, but he's adapted well. And that whole rookie O-line, they've all been what I've really liked to see. They're all smart. They all know what they're doing. They're not making many MAs, and Hank's been great with them, so I'm excited about him.
Seems like he's a pretty good personality fit in that room.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get him to grow a beard, though. He's a little baby face right now.
As a lineman, do you still consider this a run-first offense, and that's what you guys like?
I hope.
That's where it starts?
Yeah, I always give Ben crap. Just
right.
keep running the ball. But yeah, I think that's the mindset of this team. That's the mindset of Dan and Ben. Is it's going to help set up everything. It's going to help out the defense. It's going to help out everything. So hopefully we keep it that way.
I walked up a little bit late. Health-wise, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Like I was just saying, I know I said inoperable, and people kind of got a little freaked out there, but I'm feeling like confidence-wise, I've never been more confident in my toes, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Time off for the summer, did the body well?
Time off, man, and these guys have been, it's been a whole freaking, oh, sorry.
That's my bad.
I'm so sorry. It's been a whole organization, like group effort. Everybody's been working to make sure that this freaking big toe is in the best place it can be.
And like walked up when you were talking about sort of still feeling like the underdogs, or still being the underdogs. Does it feel different though when no one else thinks you're the underdog? Do you have to convince yourself of it a little bit? I guess
it's impossible to ignore, and it's exciting. But all it is an opportunity, right? It's what you do with it. But it's an exciting opportunity for sure.
Is there a sigh of relief when the Gardner Johnson news came out that yesterday?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think he's a good player and he's going to help us out.